What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Adroit Talks coming to you with another great all-star panel. We're having the official mock draft of the year. It's going to be the only one of the year coming to you again. It's going to be a great one. I put together another all-star panel of content creators. Without further ado, man, I'm going to go ahead and let each one introduce themselves, let them know where they can find them at. Again, rules to the draft. We're doing every single pick. Trades are allowed. You can move up, you can move down, you can trade whoever. You can't trade Patrick Mahomes for the 30th pick. It's not going down. I'm not going to let that happen. But let's go ahead and let's get this thing started with Chosen League.
What's up, you guys? My name is Devin, creator and owner of the Chosen League podcast. You guys can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at the Chosen League. You also find my podcast on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music.
What's going on, guys? My name is Tyler. I am the owner of Eagles Trek. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Eagles Trek and follow along with my content.
Hi, what's up, guys? My name is Matt. You follow me on Instagram at Matt Zimmerman0. I'm a Packer fan, and yeah.
Hey, y'all doing? It's Coach B. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Coach B.
Boom. So let's get it, man. I didn't know if you was there, Coach B. That's why I did you last. But we're going to get this thing started. Of course, we're using Pro Football Focus to get this thing operating here for us. Should be seen on the screen any second. Now, there it goes. There it goes. With the number one overall pick, it is going to be me, as I do have three teams in the NFC South. Panthers, Saints, and the Bucks. Let's go ahead and get this thing cranked up. Panthers are on the clock. All right, so boom. Anybody want this pick? Going once, going twice. All right, cool. With the number one overall pick, I got the Carolina Panthers picking Heisman winner Bryce Young, one of the best quarterbacks in this year's draft. Yes, he is a little bit undersized, but the man won the Heisman. There's a lot of good quarterbacks out there in this year's draft, but I think Bryce Young has proven himself to be the top pick. Next up, we got the Texans.
That was interesting.
That is me. So
You're on the clock.
I think this pick is pretty much straightforward. Thank you for taking Bryce Young. So I could take CJ Stroud. To me, it's the clear-cut QB1 in this year's draft. So it's the easy choice.
Agreed.
Great pick, great pick, great pick. Now we are on to the Cardinals.
All right, this one's a no-brainer. I think he's one of the most talented defensive players in the draft. I think he is one of the most talented defensive players in the draft. And he's got a really good future. And Will Anderson Jr. to the Cardinals.
Great pickup. They need someone coming off that edge. The Cardinals pass rush, I think, was in the bottom 5 of the year last year. But without further ado, Indianapolis Colts, you're on the clock.
I think this is another no-brainer, honestly. They don't have a quarterback. I'm going to go quarterback. Maybe a little bit of a project, but it's going to be Anthony Richardson.
Oh, we got the first reach of the draft. Anthony Richardson going to the Colts. A lot of upside with him. His quarterback percentage could have been worked on, but it is what it is. We are on to the Seattle Seahawks. You're on the clock.
With the 5th pick, I got the Seahawks taking Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech. Great edge rusher. I think he can get to. I think he's going to be really, really, really good. And I think he fits well in that system. He did great at Texas Tech. I like him a lot.
Interesting.
If Anthony Richardson was there, though, I would have taken him. I think that Richardson is the most upside in the draft, highest ceiling. So
Nice pickup there. Next up, we got the Lions. You're on the clock.
I think any other pick besides a corner right here would be a mistake. The corner is going to be my favorite in the draft, and Christian Gonzalez. Pair him up next to Jeff Okudah. They just lost Amani Oruwariye. And they have a safety and Tracy Porter back there, so why not, beef up that secondary a little bit more and taking corner.
Also, all season was very great for the Lions.
Great pick. And we got somebody in the comments said Anthony is a project, but it's a good pick.
Absolutely.
Pick. Yes, sir. All right, now we are going to go ahead and let the Raiders get on the clock. Quite honestly, man, elephant in the room. They got Jimmy G. But in my opinion, man, they gotta go get them a quarterback. Jimmy G, he gets hurt. My Broncos hurt him last year. I think they go with Will Levis, man. Let him see what he's not supposed to do out there on the field this year, and let him start next year. Kind of like how Aaron Rodgers was a project. Let Will Levis go ahead and get him some shine. Next up, we got the Falcons. You're on the clock.
This is a no-brainer. You don't really have to look far. Jalen Carter from Georgia.
Finally, Jalen Carter's off the board. If you haven't seen my prior video, I think he's top 3, bro. Top 3 big board on my big board. But next up, we got the Bears with one of their many picks in this year's draft. You're on the clock.
I am going to pick a player that is very versatile. He can play outside and inside. And he can be a determining factor in helping Justin Fields develop. So I'm going to go Paris Johnson Jr.
Great pickup. Paris had an amazing career at Ohio State, and their O-line needs a lot of help. And he can definitely fill in any hole they could possibly need. Next up, we got the Eagles. You're on the clock.
With my pick, I'm going to go with the wide receiver from TCU, Quentin Johnston.
Great pickup. Quentin's definitely one of the best wide receivers in this year's draft. We got the Tennessee Titans up with the 11th pick.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste too much time on this pick. I think anything besides an offensive lineman will kind of be a mistake. I'm going to go Broderick Jones. I think he's next best on the board, so we'll take him here.
I completely agree. I don't know why Pro Football Focus got him ranked as the 25th person on their big board, because Broderick tape is like that. Next up, we got the Texans with their second pick in this year's draft.
I am going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to take Devin Witherspoon. Pair him up next to Devin Stingley. Get that secondary looking nice. We in business.
That's lit. That's lit. Great draft pick. Next up, we got the Jet.
I think the Jets, I think they're going to go Nolan Smith, linebacker from Georgia. He's got experience in big games. I think he fits really good in their system. But I do think, from a reality standpoint, I think the Packers are going to get number 13 overall anyway. But because I think Rodgers will go for second and number 13. So.
All right. Next up, we got the Patriots. You're on the clock.
Patriots, the 14th pick. They're going to take Jackson Smith-Njiba. They need a receiver. They need a receiver for many years. After Jacoby Myers getting let go or not getting re-signed, I think that's Belichick goes with receiver from Ohio State. One surprise if he took Jordan Addison though.
I think that's a great pickup for Bill Belichick. Of course, it's Bill Belichick. I mean, last year he picked a guy in the first round. People had getting drafted on the third day. So you never know what'll happen. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers. You are on the clock.
I will probably get a lot of backlash for this, but I am going to take Lucas Van Ness right here. I know in hindsight they could go receiver, but they never really go receiver. So I'm gonna beef up their defense, take one of the best linebackers, edge rushers in the game, and go Lucas Van Ness.
I think that's another great pickup. Next up, we got the Commanders, and they have a lot of holes to fill. You're on the clock.
Can't really see the thing. Let's see, we need a quarterback. Any other quarterbacks left in the draft?
Yep. Let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and filter the quarterback for you.
Okay. Oh. Let's go with.
That's crazy.
Dang, that's a lot of QBs. Let's go with the quarterback from Tennessee, Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker, great pickup. I believe that Hendon Hooker has some areas of improvement, but he's definitely going to be nice at the next level with some nice development. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. You're on the clock.
As a lifelong Steelers fan, this is how the draft is going to go. They can just sprint, don't pass, go. No brainer. Joey Porter Jr. for Penn State.
All right. We got Joey Porter Jr. getting drafted. I think that's a great pickup for the Steelers. I got somebody in the comments going off on you for picking Hendon for picking Hendon. He is going off. I don't know if you see these comments. Another defensive.
Yeah, I see.
Let Sam cook. Let Howell cook. He is pissed. Shout out to Pete Parks in the comments, man. All right. Next up, we have the Lions. You are on the clock.
Yeah, so I'm going to stay on the defensive side of the ball for the Lions again, and I'm going to go Kalijah Kancey. Huge fan of him. Reminds me a lot of Aaron Donald. He's getting those comparisons. I think he could just come in to be a force, so I'm going to go ahead and get Kalijah Kancey from Pittsburgh.
Am I tripping? Do I got to type his name in? There we go. All right. I think that's a great pickup. Just like AD, who came from Pittsburgh, and his tape is like that. Hang on. We do got another addition here to the draft. Everybody, shout out to my guy YT, our YouTube analyst. Welcome to the mock draft. Since we're adding you here, man, let's go ahead and give you some of my teams. So I have the AFC West, I have the Bucks, I have the Saints, and I have the Panthers. I've already picked for the Panthers, but you can take the Bucks and you can take the Saints.
All right, let's do it, man.
You can have the Falcons if you want them to.
Oh man, get cardboard paper cutout, and that would probably be the best thing. The poor guy, whoever goes to the Falcons right now. But Bucks on the clock, right?
Yep, Bucks on the clock. Give me a quick second. My computer's
Oh, you're good.
There you go.
Would you
All right, cool.
Would you want to trade?
No, I mean for them, it's that fake rebuilding year. So I think you go best player available, and they got that tackle out of Northwestern, who looks like to be the best player available. Because you got to get a fair shot at Kyle Trask, and all these quarterbacks are going to be gone. So they'll probably do that 3rd round, 4th round quarterback type guy. So I go with that offensive tackle out of Northwestern because they haven't been the same. Dominic Smith's been hurt, and Ali Marpet, granted he was a guard. They haven't been the same since those two guys left. So plenty of holes. Let's give Kyle Trask a fair shot or Baker Mayfield.
I have the Ravens, and I want to trade. I want to move up to 20.
Pete Parks is loving that pick. My guy came in here and hit the jump shot as soon as he came in for the win. Shout out to you, man. Okay, so you said you wanted to go ahead and trade this pick, Seahawks, or
No,
trade
I'm keeping 20.
Oh, okay.
First this year, a 3rd this year, and then a 2nd next year.
No, I'm keeping it. All right, with the 20th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, I think the Seattle Seahawks take Brian Branch, safety from Alabama. Jamal Adams, he's always injured. You never know in that contract. I think he's one of the best defensive backs in the draft, so I think they take the talent, and Pete Carroll loves his defense. So,
all right, and with the Dolphins forfeiting their pick for being some cheaters, we got the Chargers on the clock right here. I want to move down in the draft a little bit, so if anybody has any offers, please let me know. Going once, going twice. I'm gonna pick them. I know who you want. I'm gonna pick them. Shout out to Broncos highlights, man. One of the best Broncos pages out there on YouTube. Please subscribe to them. All right, I'm picking them. All right, we'll go ahead and get Austin Eckler's replacement and get the best running back on the board. Total beast, total monster. If this guy comes to the AFC West, you might not see me rocking these colors no more, man. I'm just joking. But next up, we got the Ravens. You are on the clock.
Oh, not liking the Ravens. I don't like this pick. But I was trying to jump ahead because I was scared the Buccaneers, Seattle, or Chargers might get him. But I'm going to take, my opinion, the best receiver in the draft is Zay Flowers. Pen things up with Lamar, get him a certified weapon. We're going to go Zay Flowers.
Cool. I want to take our time on this pick because I definitely agree with you. I think that Zay may be one of the best in this draft. But let's take a quick look at some of his stats, man. Just last year, he had 12 touchdowns, but his first year starting, he had 9 touchdowns on the season. Finished the season with over 1,000 receiving yards, 13.8 yards per reception. And he got that shiftability, man. Let's just keep it honest, man. Nobody was really staying in front of him or was when he was playing at BC. I think he's definitely one of these elite guys that we can see on Sundays from years to go here. Let's go ahead and get him on the board. Boom. Vikings, you are on the clock.
Okay, so one of the biggest needs for the Vikings for the last couple of years has been corner. They just lost Patrick Peterson. They have Andrew Booth on one side, but he hasn't really done much. So I'm going to go Deontay Banks from Maryland.
Great pick.
Great pickup. You said it enough there. We got the Jags, and I believe that's me. Let me double check. Oh, no, the Jags isn't me.
Okay, yeah. So I think this is simple too. I'm going to stay on the defensive side of the ball. I'm going to go D tackle, and I'm going to go Ryan Brees. Absolute unit. Can get some sacks. Can, clog up lanes. So why not take him?
Great pick up here. Let's go ahead and have a quick look at Brian Brees. This past season, he had 2 batted down passes, 17 hurries on the season, which is absolutely ridiculous for an interior lineman. He played 330 snaps, and he was the absolute unit out there, man. Every other play, he had 2 blockers on him. And for interior lineman, what more can you ask for? Let's go ahead and get on to the next pick in the draft, which is the Giants with their first pick in the draft. You're on the clock.
Giants. Can you look up the safeties real quick?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Ooh.
I think you go best player available. Man.
Shit, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
Give me a homework from Texas A&M. Antonio Johnson.
Antonio Johnson. All right. We got him off of the board. Still some great players available. Do you guys need me to just scroll down here or anything? Cool. I just wanted to see who all was left there. Next up, we got them boys. Cowboys, you are on the clock.
They need all the help they can get. Dang. Scroll on that pick. I need to see what they need.
Scrolling the needs.
Yeah, I need to see what they need.
One Dalton to another, man. We lost one Dalton. Bring in another.
It says running back.
Running back. Yeah, let's go running back. All right.
Woo!
Oh. Okay. Take running back from Alabama.
Gibbs, I love his game, man. In my opinion, he's like a less polished version of Dalvin Cook. I'm not just saying that because of his dreads, but I think that's a very good pickup for them. Next up, we got the Bills. You're on the clock.
Well, I was gonna go with Gibbs, but I think the Bills take the best receiver available. Josh Allen needs more help. It's shown the past couple of years. They're gonna take Jordan Addison, receiver from USC. USC receivers always pan out. He's a great route runner. I think that him and Diggs can go well. I'm not a big Gabe Davis guy, never been. So I think he can be a big help for their run.
I'm really shocked Jordan Addison fell that far.
Yeah, I don't think Buffalo's gonna let him fall any far.
It's a pretty deep receiver class, though. So you might start that if someone picks up, the Ohio State kid. You might start that panic buying.
Yep, everybody's surprised Jordan fell as well. Next up, we have the Bengals. You're on the clock.
I feel like in the AFC, especially the AFC North, you're going to have to be good on the back end. So I'm going to go with Emmanuel Forbes from Mississippi State. Cornerback, sorry. Emmanuel Forbes, Mississippi State.
Boom. Right here, we got Emmanuel Forbes off of the board. Next up, we got the Saints pick here. Are you listening for any? Oh, this is me. I think it would be unfair for me to make this trade, but I was going to try to attempt to trade the Chiefs, try to move up to get somebody. But does anybody want this pick?
I'll take it with the Dolphins. I don't know what they have, but
it's perfectly fine. Check this out. So on Pro Football Focus, it'll let you see what they have. There we go. Boom. So these are the draft picks they have. We can also look at the players as well.
All right,
Where's Ramsey?
For the 29th pick, would you do 51 this year, 197 this year, and 2024 second for 29 this year and 146 this year? I'm sorry, 2024 first round. Whoops, I didn't see it. Take out the second round next year.
You sure? I was going to accept it with just that second.
Oh, you can accept it then, yeah.
All right, cool. Trade accepted. I think that was a pretty solid trade and something I could definitely see the Saints doing. Next we have the Dolphins. You are now
All
on
right.
the clock again. First trade of the draft. Let's go.
All right, I think the Dolphins are going to take Michael Meyer, tight end from Notre Dame. They have never really had elite tight end play. Mike Gesicki is not all that, and they didn't use him right. I think that he's got a huge frame, and him, Tyreek, and Waddle, it'd be a pretty good trio if that happens. And I don't think Mike
Yeah, I wonder
McDaniel is
what
going to go day one without taking a pick, so I think they will definitely trade up in the first day.
That is a great pickup there. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. You are on the clock.
All right.
Hang on before you pick. I got an offer for you, man. All right, so
I want to send an offer as well for Green Bay.
okay, Green Bay, you can go first.
So my second round pick, which is pick 45, fourth round pick this year, 116, a fifth, 170, and next year's third.
%78% chance of that trade going through. Take a quick snapshot of that. Remember that. It's time for me to get in this game, man. I got my guys, the Denver Broncos, making a move to get up in the draft, and we are going to trade Timmy P. A third round for that pick and Quez Watkins. It's up to you, Eagles.
I'm gonna stick with my pick.
Oh, okay. All right. Need me look at any position?
Yeah, I need to see their needs.
Wide receiver, guard, center, D line, and safety.
Let's look at the guards. I'll take the guard from TCU, Steve Avila.
All right. Boom. Guard from TCU. He is off the board. And here we have made it to the last pick in this year's draft. It is on me. I do not know where the Chiefs need to go, as in my opinion, they really don't have too many needs. There's a lot of wide receivers here that they can get later on in the draft. So give me a quick second. If y'all do want to send me some offers,
Green Bay. I want to send an offer. Pick 45, pick 116, pick 170, and next year's second round pick.
just for this one pick.
And can I get pick 134?
All right. I'm seeing here it's okay, never mind. So it's trying to say that the Packers aren't interested in this, but I'm interested in this. So I'm gonna go ahead and accept this trade offer. I think it's a great trade offer. Green Bay Packers trade not accepted, 4 attempts remaining. Oh, Pro Football Focus declined it.
Oh wow.
Hey, the Rams want to move up.
Rams, all right. Rams, what is the offer? That second
36
round.
overall
Yeah.
for 31, and the Rams will give 171. And can you scroll down? I can't see the 2024.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. And a 5th round in 2020. 6th round in 2024.
Denver or
Denver.
did somebody say the Ravens wanted to move up?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's that offer? I'm gonna think about this one right here, Rams.
Let me see. First next year,
Whoa.
86, and a fifth next year.
That's the one. That's the
For,
one that's getting accepted.
for this pick,
Uh-huh.
can you go for this pick and 122.
All right, I'll counter that.
I'll counter it as well.
Ooh,
Packers.
it's getting spicy. It's getting okay. So
Can y'all
what is the
All right, go to the Rams. The Rams will make a counter.
Yep.
They'll give for 31. They'll trade 36 overall. They'll trade 69th overall, and they'll trade a 2024 third.
I'm gonna have to decline that one. I believe there was another
Packers again.
Packers.
Yep. I will trade cornerback Eric Stokes,
Whoa.
pick 45, and pick 232 for pick 31.
That's a nice one. But I'm gonna have to accept that Baltimore Ravens pick. It's a first rounder. I don't think Andy Reid would decline that. So it was a first rounder. Was it 124? What was the rest of it, Coach B? If you still there?
124, a fifth round next year.
For 31 and 134, was it?
31 and 122 this year.
122 this year. Okay. Yeah, this is the trade that I think that they would accept. We'll go ahead and boom, trade accepted. Pro Football Focus like that one. All right, Baltimore Ravens snuck up in there again. Let's see if they're gonna protect Lamar Jackson or what they gonna do.
This might be a reach, but I feel like he wasn't gonna make it to the point where they picked again. So I'm gonna have to go Keely Ringo, Georgia.
The sleeper pick in the draft. I have no idea why Pro Football Focus has him just non-existent here, but I think he had a amazing season at Georgia. They got him 74th. His pro day was amazing, and if you really think about it, in the SEC, you're playing against top tier wide receivers week in and week out. And I think he put on a solid performance against some pretty tough guys. And when he played against the best player in college football, if you ask me, which was Marvin Harrison Jr., I think he did a pretty solid job on him. But that's a great pick. I think that the Baltimore Ravens would love to add somebody like that to their roster, man. Hey, that was a draft. Thank everybody for joining. Thanks, Pete Parks in the comments, Broncos highlights in the comments. Make sure you guys support them as well. I'm going to let everybody give a closing statement before I show the draft grades. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Coach B, you up first.
Gentlemen, I think this was great. I wouldn't mind doing other rounds with y'all. It just seemed like everybody knew what they were talking about and moved pretty smoothly. And thank everybody.
Yeah, I pretty much like this second time being on here. I wouldn't mind going for another round. Appreciate y'all.
So this is my first time doing this, but it was very successful, very fun. Wouldn't mind doing a couple of other rounds like everybody else. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Eagles Track.
First time on here. Thanks, Adroit, for having me on here. Look forward to more times on here. We definitely should do more rounds. That was fun.
Hey, appreciate you all, man. And shout out to you, Matt, for saying my name right. Nobody says it right. They always say like something else. I don't know. Pete Parks actually we were gonna go 7 rounds. Unfortunately, not this time around. We are not. But maybe next time we could do something to where we go more than just one round. We don't have a lot of time here. Really appreciate everybody here checking us out. And please check out my Instagram. It's Adroit Talks. Also follow all these guys on all their platforms. They got it, man. I put together an all-star panel. Everybody knew exactly what they were talking about, and this was great, man. There was one person missing. People in my comments go crazy for him, but Trash Talk Patriots couldn't make it. Send him some prayers, man. I think he's sick right now, but that's my guy all the way from Germany. He was going to do this. I think it's like 6 o'clock in the morning there. But again, thank y'all for y'all time. And shout out to Broncos highlights again in the comments, as well as Pete Parks. And we are gone.